Now the meeting is officially being recorded. Everyone be on their best behavior. With that, I would like to invite our presiding officer, and I will hazard a guess and assume that it is Joyita Bhattacharya, our club president. Now, Joyita is one of our veteran Toastmasters, and she what I like the most about her is her speeches and that disarming smile that she uses, and she's won a contest or two using that disarming smile, and I came in second or third, and I was left wondering, what do I do to get a smile like that? And now Urfia is smiling widely to say, my smile is better, but everyone's smile is better. Please, I want to see lots of smiles, lot of laughter as I hand over the stage to our club president. Please welcome with a huge round of applause Toastmaster Joyita Bhattacharya.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And especially thanks to Rupinder, such a wonderful introduction of myself. Okay, let me welcome everyone in this meeting today and all my guests who have joined us today. Uh, Before we move ahead with the meeting theme, I'd like to request our guests to introduce themselves. So let me call upon first. Urfia, though she is joining us from 2 to 3 meetings, but still, I'd like to introduce him. Aha, can you please, Urfia, introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. You have heard from me a couple of times before. I will be playing TMOD today. I hope we have a great session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Urfia. Then we have Gayatri with us. Hey, hi, Gayatri. Good morning.
Good morning, Joeta. It has been fun, and I'm really looking forward to session because I'll be playing General Evaluator for the first time. So I'm really looking forward, and I hope everybody is understanding about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gayatri. I can see a new guest, Khushbu, here. Hi, Khushbu. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Toastmaster Khushbu. I'm from JEPOC, Jaipur Professional Orators Club, and I'll be joining the meeting in a proper manner in just 15 minutes. Thank you so much.
All right. Today we have Shipriya as well. So Shipriya, we want few words from you. You are not the guest, but we want few words from you today. Shipriya, are you there? All right, maybe. Okay, let's move on. We have Nimisha. Hey, hi, Nimisha.
Hi Joyita. Hello everyone. Good morning. And I'm coming to this club and playing roles, and I will say that this has been a learning experience always for me. So, looking forward to a great meeting as well on this Wednesday morning. Thank you so much, Joyita.
Thank you so much, Nimisha. Then we have Raj Mehta as well. Raj, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Raj Mehta. I'm a member of a professional speaker club, and I have attended the meetings of this club sometimes earlier also, and I would also be playing the role of the evaluator today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have Shipriya back in this room? All
Yes,
right.
I am back, but I am not a guest.
Yeah, you are not a guest, but we always love to hear some words from you. You are joining us after a long time.
Yeah, it's just my work has been slightly crazy, but
Hmm.
it's my home club. I have renewed. That means I have to come back and attend my club meetings. Thank you so much, Rupinder, for giving me an opportunity in the agenda. Looking forward to an amazing meeting.
Yeah, Thank you so much, Shipriya. Uh, I hope I did not miss anyone. Rupenda, can you please confirm, or
Haritika.
Haritika? Yeah. Hey, hi, Haritika. How could I forget you?
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ritika. I'll be playing the role of our counter today and looking forward to a good meeting. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Haritika.
We
So,
also
moving
have
ahead.
we also have somebody with Gayatri who would like them to introduce themselves. Somebody.
Okay. Hello. Uh,
Hello, everybody. This is my uncle. His name is Shrish Dev Pujari, and he's General Secretary of the Organization of Sanskrit Bharati. He started learning Sanskrit at the age of 55. He's basically an MTech. I would like
wow.
him to tell you.
Hello, uncle.
Introduce yourself.
So, as Gayatri has said, I'm Srish Dev Pujari, working in Sanskrit field now, though I'm basically an engineer. So, thank you, everyone.
He's actually global general secretary. So this is the
Wow.
time that he usually is in Canada, USA, and then Europe for the promotion of Sanskrit language over there.
Wow. That's amazing to know that. Thank you. Welcome here. So now we can move ahead, right, Rupender? Okay. So let's start our meeting with our wonderful team on Urfia. We already know that the role she already played in our club as a speaker or as an accounter. Every time she justified that wonderfully, and she has wonderful creation in her expression as well. So today she is our Toastmaster of the day, and I'd like to brief about her. She is the data analyst at McKinsey and loves spending her free time around colors, and currently turning her room into the art studio. So let's see that how she will present today's theme in front of us. Over to you, Urfia, and all the very best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joeta. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to sit back, close your eyes, relax, and join me as I take you on a virtual tour to a fantasy cake world. Here, you will see cakes of all sizes, colors, and shapes. Millions of flavors with layers as many as you want. Imagine you are walking down the aisle. You see cupcakes on your left, muffins on your right, with some coffee to go with it. As we move ahead, we see cakes that are filled with frosting and cream, and some that don't. Some that are served hot on a sizzling plate, and some that are cold. And then you see a gigantic multi-layer cake of your favorite color at the end of the aisle. But before we rush for that, let's first pick our favorite toppings. You can choose as many as you want. Do you want fresh fruits on your cake? Nuts? Nothing but chocolate? Or all of the above? As a child, we always waited for the cake at a birthday party, especially the part where the cherry would land on our slice. I can smell a faint smile on your faces too. Did you know the cake that just popped in your imagination bubble tells a lot about your personality too? Let's come back to the reality, open our eyes, and check out how your personality matches with your favorite cake. I'm sharing a research done by Ferns and Petals that tells you about your favorite cake. If only cakes could talk. My screen isn't moving. if you are, take few seconds, check your favorite cakes and read what it says about you. I will give you 10 seconds for that. Does anybody want to share which is their favorite kind of cake? Anybody? Okay, I see Gayatri raising her hand. Go ahead, Gayatri.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolates
The
are my favorite.
same for me, chocolate cake. I've been yesterday
Today,
too. Yeah, it's
yesterday,
amazing to
today,
know.
and forever.
Hi,
Sure.
thank you. Uh, Earlier, I used to love only chocolate cake, but now I have taste buds for pineapple cake as well.
I think pineapple never gets old.
Right. Thank you.
Rupinder is raising hand.
Go ahead, Rupinder.
I like what it says about coffee caramel cake. I'm not entirely that, but I do know how to turn a hurdle into a party. And just to give you an example, because of the lockdown, things are not very good financially. I've missed out on a few home loan payments. I actually had dinner with the person who was threatening that my CIBIL score is going to get affected. Right now, nothing is happening to my CIBIL score. Like Modi ji says, "Aapda ko afsar mein badliye." I did that.
Wow. Thank you for sharing, all of you. So, as the theme for today, we will be learning the recipe of leadership cake, which, when baked at perfection, will turn us into an effective leader. Now, think of yourself metaphorically as a cake. We are one big cake, and every cake needs 4 main ingredients: flour, eggs, butter, and sugar. Otherwise, it's not a cake, right? Just as if you were baking a real cake, you cannot leave out the essential ingredients in your leadership cake. Now, what are those ingredients? To make this recipe easy to remember, the ingredients are the letters of the word cake. Your leadership cake must include C, communication, A, authenticity, K, knowledge, and E, empathy. Communication acts like the flour of your cake. It is the base of the leader, and it is the most common ingredient that the world's greatest leaders share. Authenticity. It is like sugar, which, when added, enhances the flavors of all the other ingredients. One of the easiest ways to mess up your cake is by trying to sound or behave like somebody else. Then K in cake for knowledge is like the butter. You may have heard that knowledge is powerful. Well, knowledge is only powerful if you spread it, just like you would the butter. And lastly, empathy. Empathy in your cake acts like eggs. It is the binding agent that helps everything else stick together. To summarize, the essential ingredients of a leadership cake are communication, authenticity, knowledge, and empathy. But just like any other recipe, neither do we want a spoonful too much nor a spoonful too few. While these ingredients are essential, they are not the only 4. But without them, however, it is not a cake. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the Blue Quest Toastmasters Club. The structure of the meeting today will be similar to following a recipe to bake a cake, and it is divided into 3 rounds. The first is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on their projects and parts. The second part is the table topics round, where members can practice thinking on their feet. And the third and final part is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as the other aspects of the session will be evaluated by the general evaluator and her team. So let's start with the prepared speech round first, which represents the key ingredients of our meeting's recipe today.
Urfia, in this club, we invite the general evaluator first. I know MBAC does it differently, but in this club, we invite the general evaluator.
I will invite her. Well, to judge if our recipe turned out to be successful or not, we have the master chef, who is known for her ever kind and helping nature, Toastmaster Gayatri. Her enthusiasm about Toastmasters and willingness to learn is out of this world. When I asked Gayatri about her favorite cake, she said chocolate cakes for her are like drugs for drug addicts. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the master chef of the day, Toastmaster Gayatri, to introduce her role and the tag team.
Thank you so much, Urfia, for that wonderful introduction. So, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, the purpose of the General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. And for this, I have an excellent tag team to help me through. So for my tag team, I would like to first invite my timer. I'm sorry, I'm missing the timer.
Anshu.
Yeah. Hi, Gayatri. I am the timer. Anshu. Am I audible?
Anshu is not here.
No, am I audible?
Anshu is here. Yes,
okay,
you are,
Anshu's
Anshu.
here. Anshu,
Sumit
could you
and
please
Anshu are using the
explain
same
your
system.
role?
That is why.
Yeah, I'm audible. Hello.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah, I am. Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. As a timer, my role is to record the time used by each speaker. I will raise the green card for the prepaid speeches when the speech, the time taken for the time allowed for the prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes. And at 5 to 6, I will show the green card. At 6 to 7, I will show the yellow. And above 7, I will show the red card. For table topics, the time allowed is 1 to 2 minutes. For 1 to 1.5 minutes, I will show the green card. For 1.5 to 2 minutes, I will show the yellow. And for 2 and above, I will show the red card. And for evaluation section, the time taken is 2 to 3 minutes. For 2 to 2.5, I will show the green card. For 2.5 to 3, I will show the yellow, and more than 3, I will show the red. And I will submit my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Anshu, for that wonderful report, for that wonderful explanation of your role. Now, the next member of my tag team would be our counter. And our today's our counter is somebody who was present in this meeting since the beginning. She was the first person to enter the room after the room was opened. She has been a diligent member of Toastmasters Club and she has been attending as many meetings as possible. This youngster is doing her best to make the most of all the time she has on her hand. Over to you, our counter, Haritika Ahuja. Please tell us your role. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gayatri, for such wonderful introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, I am the R counter of the day. I'll count the filler words. Filler words or crunches cause an interruption in the speech, which distracts the attention of the audience. They reduce the impact of the speech. I shall make a note of the pauses, filler words, repetitions, and filler words used by speakers and role players. Filler words are words like I mean, right, but it's so unintentional sounds like will also be noted. Any unintentional and excessively long pause during the speeches will be noted by me. I'll submit my report in the evaluation section. Thanks, and over to you, Gayatri.
Thank you so much, Haritika. And that was an explanation like a pro. Talking about pro, the next member of our tag team, our grammarian, is indeed a pro. And giving any more introduction about him would be like giving introduction of your own father to you. So our grammarian for the day, Saurendra Bhaumik. Saurendra, could you please tell us about the word of the day and your role?
Hello, everybody. As the grammarian of the day, my first word of the day will be fervent, Fervent. As put in the chat, it is an adjective, and as pronounced, it is fervent. And the meaning is having or showing great warmth or intensity of spirit, feeling enthusiasm, etc. If used in a sentence, it could be that the Toastmaster of the day is an fervent person who has enhanced the quality of the meeting. Now, as the grammarian of the day, it is my responsibility to look at the wonderful uses of the English language in form of phrases or in form of sentences, and also looking at how we could improve ourselves if someone has not been able to use the English language properly. And I will therefore help them in trying to understand how they can improve their grammar and therefore their own diction. Over to you. And yes, I will submit my report when called on by the grammarian, the general evaluator of the day towards the end of the meeting. Over to you, general evaluator, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Saurendra. And let's look forward to the meeting. Over to you, TMOD Urfia.
Thank you so much, Master Chef of the Day. The first baker for this prepared speech round is Toastmaster Nimisha. The evaluator for her is Toastmaster Raj Mehta, who demonstrates each attribute of the leadership cake very well. Chef Raj, please read out the speech objective of the speaker.
I'm afraid the objectives have not been shared with me.
Raj, they were sent to you on WhatsApp.
Okay, I missed it. Can I request the general evaluator to kindly read out the objectives?
Okay, I'll
Awesome.
yes, I'll do it.
I have them ready with me. The purpose of the project is for the member to develop, practice developing a change management plan. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of a change management plan. I wish all the best to the member. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Nimisha. Change is beauty. Change is beauty, Toastmaster Nimisha.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster. Now, I would like to check by either a raise of hand or by sharing a thumbs up in this forum that are you ready for a change, or how many of you want a change in their life? Raise a hand or maybe a thumbs up. And now, tell me how many of you are ready to accept the change that is not according to their needs. First might be, but maybe when it was the first time, we were not that ready. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I'm Nimisha Singla, and today I'm going to tell you some of the ways by which you can tackle or I say cope up with the change that is completely not according to you. But before that, I will start by telling that how I managed a change that was not completely according to my requirements of the life. It was during month of March 2020 when the pandemic hit this Indian subcontinent. Slowly and gradually, offices were closing and we were forced to go on work from home option. Within no time, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, came onto the stage and said, Janata Curfew Day on 22nd March 2020. I was really skeptical that whether I should stay at my paying guest accommodation in Gurgaon or whether I should move back to my home. There was this gut feeling which was telling me, Nimisha, if you don't go to your home right now, you will be stuck here for a very long time. And going forward, I started looking for a mode of transportation that is not a public transport because I don't want to take that risk in those times. I went on to look on an app and I found one person who was going to carpool till Amritsar and was ready to drop me at my hometown, that is Ludhiana. I went on to share this with my family, to which they said, What? Are you out of your mind? You want to travel on Janta Curfew? I was like, Mom, if it's not now, it's never. That is my gut feeling. But they tried to stop me and do whatever they can do. And ultimately, I gave them two options: either choose me or the risk of traveling on Janta Curfew Day. Well, I weighed more than the other option. So I definitely started planning for it. And I went on to book that cab. Now it was the turn of packing. I cannot pack the way I used to do when I used to travel home earlier. I have to consider all the options. I have to pack sanitizers, masks, and everything that is essential and advised by government officials and doctors. I also have to consider the option whether I will be quarantined in my home state when I reach there, or whether I will not be even allowed to go out of the Delhi NCR, or whether I have to travel up with a person who may be a corona positive person. But then I went on to talk to the person with whom I booked the cab, and I asked him about his plans, that what all is his options if he reaches there. He told me and gave me the consolation that I will drop you at the Ludhiana bus station without any glitches. And I was like, that's good. I was relaxed. On the day of journey, I was surprised when the driver stopped to take a tea and breakfast break. Well, my plan was to stay away, or I could say maintain a safe distance from everyone around there and take all the necessary precautions that were required. In the evening, when I reached home, Mr. Narendra Modi again came onto the stage and said, lockdown for 15 days starting tomorrow. I turned back to my family. I said, I told you. P.S. I am using that and I'm going to use that as a reference in future arguments with my family. I will do that. Why? Going forward, I maintained a safe distance from my family till the time I was sure that I am not infected, say a month or so. My friends, some changes will be initiated by you, and some changes are as per life but unwanted. But you have to tell yourself that this is just temporary. We are human beings, and if we can overcome this pandemic situation, we can do anything in our life. Even your kids are going to miss your 24-hour attention when you will start going to the offices. Slowly and gradually, they will adjust too. So why can't we? Just think of the reason that how that change is good for you. Hold on to that thought and develop a habitude for it. Just like every season has its own beauty, similarly, every change has its own significance. So embrace that beauty, embrace that change, and emerge as a winner. Thank you. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Let's give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Nimisha for her wonderful speech. And welcome the second baker for this round, who is Toastmaster Vikas. The evaluator for him is Toastmaster Shivpriya. Toastmaster Shivpriya has quirkiness as toppings on her personality. Chef Priya, will you please read out the speech objectives of the speaker?
Yes, Madam TMOD, thank you very much. A very good morning to everybody. Today, Toastmaster Vikas would be delivering a persuasive speech. The purpose of this project is for him to understand different types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. The time allocated for the same is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Toastmaster Vikas. Now I hand over the stage back to the TMOD.
Thank you so much, Shivpriya. Toastmaster Vikas, your past does not define you. Your past does not define you, Toastmaster Vikas.
In 2001, I got admission in engineering college. I was very happy. And I started going to engineering college, which was my dream. In my first week, I got to know that I am sitting with the folks or mates who were state level toppers, who missed getting admission into NITs or top level colleges in India because of 1 marks. And many of them did not join or went into BITS Pilani because it was far from their hometown. Whenever they ask questions in a class, I get astonished because I do not understand what they are asking. I get astonished, and at the same time, I get demotivated. For example, if professor is asking x plus y squared, instead of telling x squared plus y squared plus 2xy, they used to tell x married to y and y become friend of x, and that becomes the answer to it. So whatever they say, it goes like a bouncer to me. And similarly, the kind of stumper answers and questions they used to put up in the class astonished me. Gradually, this starts impacting my performance, and slowly it resulted into my lower scores. And when I saw my grades into it for first semester or second semester, it was decreasing. Suddenly, I realized that this is not going to work. And this is hampering my professional career, which is not good for my future. And I realized that I need to do something. What happened in the past, my academic performance in the past, which was average. For example, I scored 60% in my 12th standard, and they may score 90% in their 12th because they were state level toppers. It's not going to work if I keep comparing myself with the others, this is not going to work. I need to do something. And starting from that point, I started working hard. Within a few months, putting all of my efforts day and night, I sat for next semester exams. And when the result came out, I scored well. And even I scored better than those state level toppers. That day, I learned a lesson. It doesn't matter what you have done in the past. It doesn't matter whether they scored 90% 2 years back and you scored 60% 2 years back. That doesn't matter at all. What matters is what you are doing right now. I learned few lessons. Lesson number 1. If you have to win, you need to focus on your future. For example, that moment I learned I need to work hard. If I need to build my career. I need to make my professional career strong. I started working hard day and night and I scored well. At the same time, few more lessons. For example, lesson number 2. Do not think about yesterday. What happened yesterday is not going to have consequences on your today. Let me take an example of President Abraham Lincoln. He had very big business failure in his earlier days, and he lost his fiancée. But the way he tackled life, he learned from whatever his mistake, his business failure, and worked on that. And at the end of the day, he ruled office, he ruled the government, right? Similarly, if I talk about myself, let me share one more example. I remember one day, the first time I was standing in front of 60 students, and that was the first opportunity when I got to speak. And I was really nervous, and I couldn't spoken a word in front of 60 students. First 5 minutes, I was silent. And then when I speak, I could manage to speak few lines. But that day I was really very nervous. But after some time, when I started doing rehearsals, when I started speaking, after some time, after putting some hard work, I am able to speak today. So what is important is if you work hard, if you work on yourself, you can bring a change in your life. So let us all take a pledge. You are not going to control your life with your past. What you have done in the past is not going to define your life. What you are going to do today is going to make your tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Let's give a huge round of applause again to Toastmaster Vikas for his highly persuasive speech. Next on your screen, we will be seeing a poll for the best speaker. Please take your time and submit your polls. Have you all submitted? All right. We have now covered the main ingredients of today's recipe, but every cake has a unique flavor that distinguishes them from each other. The next session represents just that. To conduct the table toppings round, we have someone who loves the chocolate cakes. Please help me in welcoming the table toppings master for the day, Chef Joyita.
Hello, everyone. So welcome to this table topic. I never seen that how a cake can be taken as an example to explain leadership. It's wonderful, first of all, Orphia. A big round of applause for that. Now, you know that table topics are not only the impromptu topics that you are given some one topic and you are just speaking on that, but rather if you can say and we can connect that to our heart that this is something you are going to give wonderful opinion tips to others. So let's start our table topic today. Let me share my screen.
May I request the tech master to kindly remove the spotlight from speaker number 2 and move it to the table topic speaker?
Yeah, can you see my screen here?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we have the 7 letters with leader. Now, each and every letters has some topic. I would request someone to nominate who did not get a scope to speak here. So shall I call, or that person can nominate himself or herself? If no, then let me call. May I request Khushbu?
Yes,
Come
ma'am.
on the stage. Yes. And you can select any of the letter if you want.
Okay, A.
A.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So for you, how would you describe your leadership style? How would you describe your leadership style, Khushbu?
In my opinion, leadership has taught me the quality of contributing. I have learned with 2 fellow Toastmasters who are distinguished, and I consider them as my mentor. And they are Toastmaster Upender and Toastmaster Anand. And every time I speak to them over a call, which is very rare, but every time I speak to them, they have always taught me 2 important life lessons. That Khushbu, increase your Saraswati, that is knowledge. Increase your knowledge, increase your wisdom. The more you give, the more you will earn. And how will you earn? By giving. But I asked him one day that how will I give and what will I give? He told me, just be in the moment. And if there are challenges, face them. Ask why and how. You will get the answers. This was my first conversation with Toastmaster Rupinder, who told me that if you wish to be a leader, you have to learn how to give. And I told him, I have never been a leader. He gave me one reply. This is what Toastmaster teaches you. If you're here, Khushbu, learn from others and give it to your club. So I'm hoping every club to learn and enhance my leadership qualities so that I can give it back to my club. Coming to my second mentor, Toastmaster Anand, every time I speak to him, he gives me one message all the time. Khushbu, practice. Practice. You have all the ingredients of being that perfect baker of leadership. All you need is practice. So coming to conclude, my style of leadership is, which I'm trying to develop more and more, is to give more and practice so I can polish my skills of leadership. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Khushbu. So one thing that we have learned from Urfia today, that knowledge, if you think that how can you increase that knowledge, we need to spread. And you gave the example of that. And also the practice, which fulfill that knowledge to spread. Thank you so much, Khushbu, for wonderful insight from your end. So let me share my screen once again. May I have Vaibhav here? Vaibhav, you there?
Hi, Joyda. Are you talking? I think I did not rename myself today.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
You
You
want
can
me?
select any one letter.
Okay.
Leave
Just a
A.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take L.
L. Okay. All right. So for you, when you become a leader, what is your primary task to make yourself successful leader or a great leader? When you become a leader, what is your primary task for you to become a successful or a great leader?
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you
fine.
so much. Okay. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for that wonderful topic. If I get the opportunity to be a leader any day, which I'm striving to be, I would love to implement one quality, that is punctuality. I think every leader should be punctual towards its duties, which is the utmost feature for any successful leader. So the reason I'm saying so, because from my own experience, I failed myself. I failed many times in my life just because of this very drawback, and I'm really working hard on it. After joining Toastmasters, it's all about leadership, and we keep talking about how we can become better speakers and leaders. I think that is one quality which I would like to imbibe very soon, of being punctual and being attending. I recall Anand, addressing one of our meetings and saying, attend, 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 if you cannot do anything much. So I think it's gone into my head. So even if I'm not playing a role, I'm there to attend. So these two qualities, I think every leader should have, punctuality and attendance. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much, Table Topic.
Thank you so much, Payal. It's a wonderful insight that now we have three words in our mind, that knowledge, practice, and punctuality to become a great leader. Let's move on. Now, let me share my screen once again. So we have today Avjinder with us. Hey, hi, Avjinder.
Hey, hello.
So select any one letter, A and L, you have to leave. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll select the last word, R, because my name also ends with the R.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. This is another interesting topic, that what can you do to motivate a team? What can you do to motivate a team?
All right. So I think, in my opinion, what can I do to motivate the team? In my opinion, anything that the appreciations are something, or the sense of achievement is something that they possess when they complete a job. And encouraging them to do that again is quite a task. But your kind words, your words of appreciation always work, that I've seen many a times. And at times, the promise of a party or a beer also serves. So in my opinion, your appreciation, your kind words, and showing them what they can achieve, what their capabilities are to achieve that, works many a times. In my past roles, I've seen that. I mean, I'm the kind of leader, I'm the kind of person who goes to the floor and works with the team, and it really encourages them. I've seen that myself that the work gets done quite quickly if you are involved in end-to-end task for it. So in my opinion, your appreciation, you're showing them that what they can achieve, and as a team, what we can achieve is something that really encourages. And of course, we do celebrate with the parties at the end of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Avjinder. So see, friends, that how many tips we are getting right now, appreciation, encouragement, and the kind words that we need to use when we are leading a team, right? Because, you know, people will forget what you have done for a particular person, but they will always remember how you make them feel. This is one of the quote I was reading yesterday. So that's what I want to share. So let's move on to the next speaker. Let me share my screen first. So
I can go
may,
next.
can we take another?
Joyita Kapil here. I can go next.
We can take.
Hey,
We
hi.
can take.
Yes, Kapil.
Joyita, we
Yeah.
can take two or three more. We have Kapil.
Two or three more.
We have Kapil. We also have Kashish. And
Kashish. Okay. Kapil can take one. Yeah, Kapil.
So I will go with letter E.
Letter E. Okay. In what specific ways do you manage conflicts in your team? In what specific ways do you manage conflicts in your team? Kapil, over to you.
Okay, thank you for the topic, table topic masters. Okay, so what is the first management lesson? The first management lesson is management is the art of getting things done through the effort of others. Now, you want to use everybody's strength to deliver your task. But you know, in a realistic world, there will be conflicts, there will be quarrels between the team, because there will be some ego clashes. And as a leader, you have to manage those clashes. You have to motivate the team, and the bigger objective, which is team objective and your organization objective, that is paramount. Your individual goals are secondary, but your team's objective and your organization objective is the first and the foremost thing that one should always consider. Now, how I manage? So, though in IBM, I do not have any team, I'm an individual contributor, but in my previous organization in Motorola, I had a team of 6 people, and there were instances when there were few conflicts. My approach was very simple. I said that before you argue with someone, just come to me. Come to me, address the issue with me, and if there is something that I can do for you, I will certainly talk with that guy. And most of the time, I observed that there was no issue at all. The person was just he became hurt, or he got hurt because of a trivial issue. He just wanted to complain about some fellow colleague, but that was such a trivial thing. So what my style was, I always used to counsel that person that, okay, leave it. So if you start to ignore the things will get better. Do not sit on things and just try to resolve each and every petty issue. Just forget that thing, and next day things will be better. So that is the one advice that I always used to give to my teammates, and actually it worked. So I think that is the right approach in some instances. This really worked very well. So that was my style.
Amazing. Thank you, Kapil. So counseling. So we have to do the one-to-one talk with someone whenever we are seeing some conflict. So to resolve that problem. That's wonderful. Let me share my screen once again. So as we have two letters, we have E 2 times in this spelling of leader. So anyone can take E as well, second time. So may I request Kashish?
Hi, I would choose D.
D. Oh, okay. Can you tell about a time when you demonstrated leadership skill? Can you tell about a time when you demonstrated leadership skill? Kashish, over to you.
Thank you for the topic. So we have faced multiple these situations multiple times in our life when we have to demonstrate our leadership skills, when we have to put a step forward and help our teams in working to the best of their efficiencies. Even in Toastmasters, there are times when our teams feel exhausted with the work, when we have to give them the comfort because leaders eat last. That is one thing which I believe, that when you are a leader, you have to keep yourself at the last to help your teams succeed, to motivate them to give their best. And that is how the ecosystem of leadership works. You have to be very cautious that your team doesn't feel demotivated, they doesn't feel exhausted, they doesn't feel like there's no point working in this team. So you have to keep them going forward towards achieving their goals and putting their best foot forward. And for that, the team leader has always to be the forefront. He has to lead by example. He or she needs to make sure that everyone goes in the right direction at the same speed. And the most important part is that when you're moving forward, you have to be together. If you are moving forward but one of your team member is getting is remaining behind, then there is no point in running that team. You have to keep everyone moving forward. You have to work for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So see that now we have the point that we have to remember here, that efficiency and the ecosystem, how you can manage the ecosystem when you are the leader. We have to keep yourself at the end to make your team successful. And one more thing I'd like to add here, if there is any failure, then you have to put yourself at the first person in the room. Okay, so
We have time for one more, and
one more,
we have
right?
Shirish who's yet to speak.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so we have another E with us. So hey, hi Shirish.
Yes.
So your topic is what is the opinion about this quote? Management is doing things right and leadership is doing the right things. What is the opinion about this quote? Management is doing things right, leadership is doing the right things. Over to you.
I compare them.
Yep, please go ahead.
Speeches. While hearing all these speeches, I had some thoughts in my mind. The leadership qualities differs from organization to organization. If I am a leader in a military organization, I will have to lead it from front. So the soldiers who are coming, are fighting, they will see my example, how I am enthusiastic, how I am courageous, how I take risks, and they will follow me. But if I am leading an organization, then I will have to lead from the back, because everyone should be in the front. They will have to use their strength to have a success. So I will have to push them and then whenever there is a problem, I will have to solve it. I will have to encourage them to go ahead. So I will have to lead from the back. So every organization structure is different, and so leadership qualities will be different, and he will have to perform like that only. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for wonderful insights, sir. So today, my friends, you have seen that lots of pointers we have taken from all our friends. We are leading in our office or any other organization or any other community. Sometimes we need to lead apart from our office as well. So this all qualities we can take as an ingredient to prepare a beautiful cake, right, Urfia? So with that, I'm handing over this podium to Urfia. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Joyata. You wonderfully tied the table topic session around the theme. Thank you so much for that. Definitely got to learn so many things. Now that we first looked up the recipe, then added the key ingredients with prepared speeches, and then topped them with the table topics. Now that we have served the dish, it is the time we all wait for, the feedback. To conduct the evaluations, I would now hand over the stage to the master chef of the day, Toastmaster Gayatri.
Thank you so much, Urfia. I would first like to invite the evaluator of the first speech, Raj Mehta. Would you please come take over the stage? Raj Mehta.
Thank you, Gayatri, the general evaluator. Today, we heard a speech of how to manage change when it comes in your life. The speaker, Nimisha Singla, spoke about a story of her own, how she managed the situation when the lockdown was announced due to the COVID-19. She started with a question, and that is the best way of doing or binding the audience with you. Because a question always pulls the attention of the audience towards you. Then she told us the different ways of how she managed the transportation, how she managed the travel, and how she got up early in the morning and went to her hometown, Ludhiana. She also told us about the conversation which she had with her mother and how she was able to manage the family members at Ludhiana. All in all, it was a good speech because it contained the management of change in her own personal life. But I felt that there were some points or ways where she could have improved. Her voice was natural when she said, "What? Have you gone mad?" It is the way a question is asked by a mother. And also, all the precautions. Yes, it was natural voice, but if I felt that if some vocal volume could have been changed along with the voice, that could have added value to it. At the same time, I felt that there was humor in the speech when she talked about future arrogant with her family. All in all, it was a good speech, but at the same time, I felt that she used the word Janta curfew instead, though the Janta curfew word was given by the Prime Minister, but instead of that, since we have to translate every Hindi word into English, so she could have said in public curfew. I also felt that the speech was concluded all of a sudden. But this meant that the planning part of the change management was not explained in the way we were expecting to hear. She told us her story, but at the same time she could have also explained the ways how a different situation or how the management how the change can be managed. So planning part was required to be explained a bit more. Otherwise, I saw a good speech like starting with a question and then giving the explanation of the story of our own, and then also giving a bit of how she managed the change, but a little bit of more explanation of how this what would have been the steps of uh, uh, you, how to manage the change. That could have means added value to it. Thank you very much. Over to the general evaluator, Gayatri.
Yes. Thank you so much, Raj. And I would now like to invite the evaluator for our next speaker, Shivpriya Gauri. Shivpriya, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. A very good morning to you once again, especially to you, Vikas. The greatest tool of persuasive speaking is personal story, because that gives a lot of conviction, that gives a sense of mystery to the audience, and that also relates to the purpose in terms of what is the message the person wants to convey. What I really loved about Vikas's story is that not only it is personal, but it is also relatably personal when he talks about his journey from school to college, then afterwards how it moves, how he tries to connect with the college students or the studies. I like the way that he added those sprinkles of humor, especially when he talked about x squared plus y squared is not something called x married y, and how the connotation or the explanation of these variables are differently used. What I also like about Vikas is that in this story, there was a lot of modesty and humility which had come across. For a persuasive speaker, it's extremely important because that's how you instantly connect with the audience and you take audience on the hook. For example, when he talked about how much he scored in 12th, as opposed to how others scored who were his classmates, he was able to tell, or he was able to show a side of his vulnerability. I also like the entire key message which he had given, and somewhere it was logically put with this entire speech structure. Now, every great speaker has some room for development so that he could make his speech much more effective. I have two recommendations for him. First recommendation is in terms of the content. Somewhere I felt that there was a lot of information which has been put. Probably it could have been organized better. For example, why did you feel that joining an engineering college was a dream? And you did not mention in the first time that it was NIT or IIT or anyone else, because probably because it has something to do with your 12th marks. So maybe you could have added, like, for a guy, for a student who had got 60%, getting into an engineering itself is a bigger dream. So at that time, you're trying to put multiple information and trying to logically present to the audience to convey a message that why it is a dream. Similarly, I felt that a lot of parts of the speech had diverse or discrete information. Probably you could have mixed those information in a logical manner to explain your message in a much more conclusive form. The second recommendation which I have is for vocal variety. I see that a lot of pauses were there in your speech when it wasn't required, and when your speeches actually required a lot of pauses, it wasn't there. For example, at the beginning of the speech, when you were trying to explain the context, I sensed that the pace of your speech was very less, and you used a lot of pauses. So what happens at that time? This is the time when you want the audience to be hooked onto your speech. So the speech could have been, or the vocals could have been continuous. I did this versus I did this. Similarly, at the end of the speech, when you're trying to give or communicate the conclusion, maybe at that time the pauses could be important, that this is the moral of the story, or this is what I want you to do. So maybe with effective vocal variety and with the effective clubbing of the bits and pieces of content could help you become a much more persuasive speaker. And since you already have great ingredients such as personal story, conviction, and I really like the way you present the message, I am sure you would become even better persuasive speaker in the future. Looking forward to listening to you more. Thank you. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Shivpriya. Can we have the polls for table topic speaker before I go into the evaluations?
Poll for evaluation. Gayatri, you can move ahead while the polls are going on.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will quickly walk you through the evaluations for the table topic speakers. First table topic speaker was Khushbu. Khushbu, you connected the topic extremely well with your personal experiences, which made the speech more authentic. My recommendation would just be that maybe you could have reached your main part of the speech, the crux of the speech, a little quicker than what you did. You spent a lot of time in context setting. Our next table topic speaker, Payal. Payal, there was a clarity in your thoughts about the subjects. You knew exactly what you wanted to say. One recommendation that I have is that you could work on organizing those thoughts. In the second half of the speech, you were spending you used a lot of filler sounds to think. Maybe you could take 5 seconds in advance, organize those thoughts, and you can probably deliver a flawless speech. With practice, I'm sure you'll achieve it. Avjinder, about you connected the topic with your personal stories again, which was extremely effective. And the most important thing was that you had thoughts on the topic. It was not as if you did not have any thoughts. You had a lot of thoughts on the topic, and you had a perfect idea about what you wanted to say. Again, what I just said to Payal, you could just take 5 minutes to organize your thoughts so that your speech can become better structured in future. Kapil, your speech was excellent. You knew exactly what you wanted to say. The confidence with which you were speaking told exactly that you had authority over the subject. Excellent use of language. The only recommendation that I would like to give you is that your second half was something you could have worked on. For that, my suggestion would be maybe you could reduce the pace of your talking. The moment you reduce the pace of your talking, you automatically get a little time to organize your next sentences or organize your next part of the speech. So maybe you could reduce the pace a bit and you would reach there. Kashish, you had a strong opinion on the topic you were given about demonstrating the leadership skill. What I think is that you had a very strong point. My recommendation to you would be you could have elaborated on the points that you mentioned. As an audience, I would have loved to listen to some illustrations about the points that you mentioned. Otherwise, you had an idea about what you were speaking, you had strong opinions, and they were validated opinions altogether. Maybe a few illustrations or maybe a few personal experiences could have enhanced your speech altogether. Shrish, you spoke about the styles, about the management and leadership, and you gave a balanced opinion on both the styles of leadership. As a recommendation, I would have liked to listen to some personal stories as well, considering that you have been in the role of leadership for so long. And globally, we would have loved to listen to some personal stories or personal anecdotes on the subjects. Thank you so much, and that was the table topics evaluation. Now, I would like to invite my tag team to share their report, and I would like to start with the grammarian. Saurendra Bhaumik, could you please come share your grammarian report with us?
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you. Today, I think it was a very easy day in office, and I really didn't have much to comment on. There were a few things which I would like to mention as one of the speakers was vacillating between the past and the present. Even with the present, there were times when he was going into the past, using tenses which needed to be looked at. A couple of other points which I had is, it is one mark because of one mark and not because of one marks. It cannot be plural, one. The other is, I get astonished. But you were talking about the past, where I got astonished was to be used. A better way to present saying that ruled the government was to say run the government. Again, spoken in that context could be speak. I speak for something. I spoke for something in the past tense, and you're presenting it today. A few pronunciations which I wanted to point out is the word is instances or and not instances. Again, the word is petty and not patty. There was some beautiful usage of English language. The word used trifle or trivial was very well used. Ecosystem of leadership, excellent. TM Shipria used the sense of mystery, which was beautiful. Audience on the hook was another very good use. Overall, I found that there was a lot of spread of good English language. There were not much of distortion in it. And unfortunately, we did not have a single word of the day in the entire meeting. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Saurendra, for that wonderful report. It was encouraging. And now I would like to call upon our counter of the day, Haritika Ahuja. Haritika, over to you.
It was a good day as our counter because there were not many usage of filler words. Now, as T-Mot, Orphea used filler word. Orphea didn't use any filler word. She used filler sound twice. Double crunches, no double crunches. One unintentional pause. Now, Gayatri Deshmukh as general evaluator used filler words one time, filler sounds 6 times. Double crunches one time, unintentional pause one time. Joyita as table topic master used filler words 3 times, filler sounds more than 10 times, double crunches 3 times, unintentional pauses 1 time. Now coming to prepared speeches, Nimisha didn't use any filler word, not any filler sound, double crunches 1 time, unintentional pause 1 time, and repetition 1 time. Vikas didn't use any filler word, filler sounds 2 times, double crunches 2 times, unintentional pauses 4 times, and repetition 1 time. Now coming to table topics, Khushbu didn't use any filler word, filler sound 3 times, double crunches 1 time, unintentional pause 1 time, and there was not any repetition. Payal used filler words 4 times, filler sounds 9 times, and there was not any double crunch and repetition. Avjinder used filler words 3 times, filler sounds 7 times, double crunches 1 time, unintentional pause 1 time. Kapil Kakkar used filler word 4 times, filler sound 4 times, double crunches 1 time, and repetition 1 time. Kashish used filler word Kashish didn't use any filler word, not any filler sound, double crunches 1 time, and unintentional pauses 5 times. Shreesha used filler word 2 times and filler sound 2 times. Coming to evaluation session, Raj Mehta didn't use any filler word, filler sound 6 times, double crunches 3 times, unintentional pause 1 time, and Shivpriya used filler word 2 times, filler sound 3 times, double crunches 3 times, unintentional pause 2 times, and repetition 3 times. Thanks, and over to you, Gayatri.
Thank you so much, Haritika, for that report. And now I would like to invite our timer of the day for a report. Our timer, Anshu, could you please share your report? Anshu.
Yeah, my report. As per my report, for the prepared speeches, Nimisha took 6 minutes 40 seconds. Vikas took 6 minutes 47 seconds. The evaluators, Ms. Raj Mehta took 3 minutes 25 seconds. Shivpriya took 3 minutes 40 seconds. Then for table topics, Khushbu took 2 minutes 28 seconds. Payal took 1 minute 20 seconds. Avjinder took 1 minute 26 seconds. Kapil took 2 minutes 18 seconds. Kashish took 1 minute 50 seconds. Shirish took 1 minute 20 seconds. Now our grammarian took 2 minutes 7 seconds, and Haritika, the R counter, took 2 minutes 22 seconds. A TMOD of the day, Urfia took 9 minutes, and a journal evaluator, Gayatri, took till as of now it is 6 minutes 25 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anshu. Anshu, could you please time me for 3 minutes for the report?
Sure, it is done.
Okay, thank you so much.
There's a poll going. There's a poll going on. Please vote for the best mystery role player. Also, Gayatri, you have 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm sure it is 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rupinder. So this is our performance for today. The meeting began on time, and that is something we have maintained throughout the meeting. All the speakers were well within the time when they spoke their speeches. When they delivered their speeches, all the evaluators were well within the time. All the table topics were well within the time. Theme of the meeting was the blockbuster. TMOD did a wonderful job with the theme and connected the theme with the Toastmasters and the segments of Toastmasters meeting perfectly. The meeting was all in all fervent in nature. There were a few glitches here and there, but they were averted effectively. Grammarian's report was wonderful report. All the areas of grammar report were included, including the good usage, errors, pronunciations, and pronunciations were all noted down and called out. And Grammarian also gave the correct usages and correct pronunciations. Our counter report was another win-win today because Haritika did it with a complete ear to detail. She did not miss out on any of the filler words and filler sounds. And also, Haritika, one more commendation that I want to give you is that you recognized the speakers who did not use a single filler word or filler sound. That was extremely encouraging. Timer's report was again to the point and a wonderful job done there. The only glitch in today's meeting was where I felt that maybe from future for the future references, the speaker could share the evaluation sheet, the evaluation objectives with the evaluator beforehand and confirm that the evaluator has received it. Overall, the meeting was wonderful, and as Grammarian pointed out that the word of the day was not used effectively, I would urge everybody to use the word of the day in the future meetings effectively. A suggestion for that is that maybe we can start sharing the word of the day a little in advance before the meetings so that the prepared speakers can also incorporate that word in their speeches beforehand. All in all, it was a wonderful meeting, and that is the report. Thank you so much. And over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Urfia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gayatri, for such a detailed report as a general evaluator. Before I hand over the stage to the presiding officer, I want to remind you that while these 4 ingredients are essential, adding your own flair to it is equally important. With that thought, I will hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Joyita.
Thank you so much, Urfia, for nicely conducting this meeting. And many tips we have seen throughout the meeting from your. Okay, let's share the vote here. Okay. Done from my end. All right. So not only the 4 ingredients for cake, and when we are talking about the leadership, we have seen many such pointers that we have to follow in when we will be leading our team or something else. Okay, so let's start with the feedback from our guest. I will start with Nimisha first. Hi, Nimisha.
Hi, thank you, Joyita. Uh, I would like to first thank my chef, Toastmaster Raj Mehta, for pointing out the ingredients which I can work upon. I did not follow the recipe, and I will thank the table topic master for it's a again I will say innovative uh, way I could see today that as per the leader I could see that I am able to see the attributes that how a leader should be from the different perspectives. So today meeting was a great. I mean a way this the graph of my learning has gone there, so uh, thank you so much, Madam Joy, presiding officer Joyita.
Thank you, Nimisha. Next, I'd request Raj to share your feedback.
Hi, Joyita. It was a pleasure attending this meeting regularly for the second, third time, and it was also especially when I played a role here. I enjoyed the meeting. It was full of energy. I really liked the theme of the meeting, and I wish we had it physically and we could share some cakes in actuality. Sorry. Otherwise, it was original good meeting, and I will continue coming here as a guest. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah. Then we have Shiri. Can you please share your feedback? You are on mute.
It was my first meeting, so it was a wonderful meeting. Everyone was evaluated. That was a new experience for me. So I will have some lessons from this meeting. So thank you for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Then we have Haritika. Hi, Haritika.
Hi, it was a 10 on 10 meeting for me. I felt nostalgic about my business studies class back in 11th class. It was such a wonderful theme. Like, it was the best meeting I've ever attended for Blue Quest till now. Thank you, and over to you, Joyita.
Thank you. Then we have our T-Bod, Urfia.
Thank you. I am overwhelmed by your responses. That I'm really glad that you like the theme. It is very kind of you all to let me have an opportunity to keep playing roles here. Thank you so much for having me here as a guest.
Thank you so much. Have I missed anyone? Kashish. Hi.
Hi, thank you. The meeting was really amazing, and all the sessions, especially all the hosts, the TTM, the general evaluator, and the TMOD were really amazing. And I really enjoyed the session and would love to attend the future meetings also. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I think I have covered everyone. Sandra, can you please help me?
We have Khushbu.
Oh, okay. Hi, Khushbu. Sorry.
Hello, ma'am. It was a great, enriching experience for me. Orfia, hats off to your creativity. Every time I come to Blue Quest, there's always a great takeaway. And Hari Tika, awesome. I didn't know that our counter role has got that flavor as well. So I learned a lot from the role from you today. And I will come to you personally how you have managed to master that role so beautifully. I was like literally, wow. So it was a great learning experience for me, and I learned loads and loads about leadership. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. It's lots of learning today. The leadership skill as well, not only the communication. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Khushbu. Thank you so much.
Gayatri.
Gayatri. Sorry.
Just moved away for a moment. That's why I was listening to everything. I was just not in the frame. No, it was a wonderful experience being a general evaluator to the Blue Quest meeting. And with every meeting, the energy level of Blue Quest is simply going up and up and up. And the bar of the meetings is simply rising higher and higher. And it's always a learning experience. I'm really looking forward to playing more roles in the Blue Quest meetings, and there's always a learning to take away. I mean, that it's such a wonderful mix of people that attend the Blue Quest meetings, or such a wonderful mix of people who take up the roles. I mean, we have people like Urfia coming and taking up a Timot role, which was really inspiring. It was a wonderful presentation, and there's something that we can learn every time. So I just love the mix of people that attend this meeting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to do more.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. All right.
Ready with the result?
Yes. Let me reiterate again two things here. That one, while we are delivering a speech, we have to record in pathways, and for that you can reach out to your mentor so that that person can help you if you have any confusion for that. And second thing is the contest date. This is November. We are very beginning of the November month, and at the end of the November, 28th November, we have the evaluation contest. Okay, the 19th December we have the table topic contest, and 20th or 30th of January we will have the speech contest as well. So remember this date and keep on practicing and practicing. So with that, I'd like Rupender to share the report, the results with everyone.
All right. I hope you can all see my screen, and I hope
Yes.
it is not showing my WhatsApp messages, because there will be some pretty embarrassing entries in there. You don't want to read them. So let's start with the best auxiliary role player. I would like to take a special mention of a first timer, Haritika Ahuja, today, because as I saw the poll numbers pile up, initially Haritika was matching the winner blow for blow. It was almost as if they were like going at each other, hammer and tongs. But eventually, experience triumphed over enthusiasm today, and it is my pleasure to tell you that our best role player, yes, the butler did it again. The grammarian, distinguished Toastmaster Shaurendra Bhaumik. Many congratulations, Shaurendra. Okay, now let's move on to our best table topic speaker. Well, it was more of a one sided fight over here. Reminded me of the days back in the days when Australia played a team like Zimbabwe and literally hit them all over the park. But here is a person who joins us after quite a few weeks and walks away with the best table topic speaker, the storyteller amongst us. Many congratulations, Khushbu Chokhani. Alrighty. Now we move on to our best role player. Okay. Again, close fight in the beginning. Special mention to Gayatri here. Close fight, but after that it was pretty much like a broadband download versus a dial-up download, as our Toastmaster of the day, Urfia Abdul, with her concoction of cake and all that it represents, simply walked away with the award. Very well deserved, Urfia. Great job. Now we come to the best evaluator. Now I know that one of the evaluators was disqualified, but the timer failed to show the yellow card to our to the evaluator. Hence, at my own discretion, I added a 30-second grace, And because of that, and only because of that, Shiv Priya Gauri gets the best evaluator.
Your voice is
award.
Rupinder.
Okay, is it better now? Uh-oh, my internet connection is unstable. So let me just move on very fast. For the best speaker today, we have Vikas Mahajan. Great job, Vikas. Great comeback. I look forward to a lot more participation from you. And finally, for we have joint best speaker today, by the way. And this one is going to be very difficult to guess because Vikas was one speaker. Who's the other? Oh, yeah. Nimisha Singla. Very well done. Congratulations. And with that, I will stop sharing my screen. But before I do that, let me go back here and hit this button. You should be receiving your certificates in your respective inboxes in the next 30 seconds to 1 minute. If you don't, I'll get to know and I will send them to you manually. Pleasure being the certificate distributor today. Back to you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rupinder. Now I request Kapil to take the roles for the next meeting.
Okay. And I can be your team mode next week.
Okay, great.
Take my name as a speech evaluator for the next week. And I'm
Payal
sorry, I
said
have
that
to drop the meeting.
Payal said that she will be grammarian next week.
Okay.
Speech evaluator for me.
Yeah, noted.
Okay.
Any speakers?
Raj sir, you want to take up another evaluation next week?
I would like to be the general evaluator. In
Okay,
case it is...
great. Sure. All those in favor of Raj being general evaluator, say aye.
Aye.
You are in for a treat. He's one of the best general evaluators I know after Shaurendra. So,
Thank you.
great. So we have a general evaluator.
I'm happy to take up any role, and if any speaking slot we have, I'm up
The
for that.
challenge is, Vikas, you gave a speech today. I would request you to take up a table topic master role.
I can.
Okay, take up table topics master. By the way, thank you, table topic master, for not giving me an embarrassing topic today. Anyone else? So we have TMOD, we have TTM, we have GE, we have as speech evaluator, we have grammarian. Okay, rest we'll fill in the club group itself. Kapil, just take a note, post it, and then we'll see it. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. I can share my commitment for next week.